What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Friday, August 30th, 2024, and I have an emergency update to share with you guys. Right now, it is 1300 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some very concerning news coming in from the Middle East and from Eastern Europe. We also have U.S. nuclear forces on high alert again today and last night. So what you're looking at here is a presidential doomsday plane that was airborne this morning. It took off from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, which is known as the Area 51 of the East. And it took off from there early in the morning and landed in D.C. around noon. And we also have a nuclear war command and control plane up in the air over Oklahoma. These planes are responsible for remotely launching all of our Minuteman III ICBMs, and they can also communicate with our submerged nuclear-armed submarines, and they can be used to give the submarines the orders to launch the nukes. Now, yesterday evening, we had a VIP plane fly from DC to Stratcom headquarters in Omaha, Nebraska. There is a bunker underneath Stratcom headquarters. That's where Dick Cheney and Bush went after 9/11. There's a massive underground facility under the airbase there, Offutt Air Base. So we had an Air Force VIP plane take off from DC, fly to Offutt, and then come back shortly after. So some VIPs were dropped off at Stratcom Bunker. Now, at the same time as that, we had a nuclear war command and control plane over the Intermountain West. We also had a RC-135S fly down from Canada or possibly Alaska and land near Colorado Springs, and these planes are responsible for refueling B-52 nuclear bombers. And then we also had two doomsday planes airborne yesterday evening. Okay, so two doomsday planes yesterday evening, one this morning, and then actually there was a third one yesterday morning. So three yesterday, one today so far. Guys, something is brewing. Now, in addition to all of this, today, actually right now, around 1300 hours Eastern Time, we currently have some encrypted data being transmitted over the primary nuclear war frequency in the United States. So let me play this for you. So it doesn't sound like much, but that's encrypted data being transmitted on the primary nuclear war frequency in the U.S. Now, in addition to that, we had several Russian nuclear war radars active yesterday evening. Here you can see two of them. If you look here at 10.5 megahertz and 11.5 megahertz, you can see this line coming down. That's the signature of an over-the-horizon radar. These are long-range radars used to detect the launch and calculate the trajectories of ballistic missiles. So these are used for nuclear war. They're part of Russia's early warning system. So let me just play some of these radars for you so you can hear how they sound. And then here were two more. So this is very concerning, guys. Three doomsday planes yesterday, one this morning. something is about to go down, plus the data going over the primary nuclear war frequency, plus the Russian nuclear war radars. This is very, very concerning to me. I want to mention to you guys that I have finally set up my own radio here at the NYPrepper compound. I have a 375-foot antenna, and the reception is really good. So I have it plugged into my 24/7 live streams. If you want to listen in to those live streams, you can hear the EAMs from my radio station. So I'm going to be continuing to monitor the situation with the nuclear forces. Now, according to Pentagon officials, based on intelligence information, an Iranian attack on Israel could occur within the next 24 hours. This was reported by Ynet News, which is an Israeli news outlet. And last night, a fire broke out on the Israeli Leviathan gas platform located 130 kilometers off the coast of Haifa. So that's very concerning. And Ukraine's presidential advisor, Mikhailo Podolyak, announced that Ukraine will completely suspend the transit of Russian oil through its territory starting January 1st of 2025. The Russian oil delivered from this route is used by refineries in Hungary, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic. So this is absolutely huge, guys. Okay, Ukraine is going to turn off the Druzhba pipeline, which goes through western Ukraine and feeds oil to Hungary, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic. This is absolutely huge. And the U.S. is concerned about Russia updating its nuclear doctrine to allow for a first strike against Ukraine, NATO, and the U.S. And before I continue with the breaking news, I wanted to mention the sponsor for this update, which is My Patriot Supply. Guys, My Patriot Supply is doing their most aggressive discount yet on their 3-month emergency food supply. And to get the deal, you got to go to preparewithNYPrepper.com. They've lowered the price of their 3-month food supply from $800 down to $500. 3 months of emergency food for $500. That is a really good deal, and it will last you 25 years because it is freeze dried and it's all packed within 6 rugged water resistant buckets. So you have all that food in a small package. You can store that pretty much anywhere. And you can also take it with you. If you have to bug out, you can throw that in your vehicle easily. So use the link preparewithNYPrepper.com to get $300 off the My Patriot Supply 3-month emergency food supply, $500 for it. Also, they have free shipping and handling included. In addition to the 3-month supply, they also have a general store. And to get to their general store, you got to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see the My Patriot Supply logo at the very bottom of the page. You click on that, and it'll take you to their general store, and they have all kinds of discounts. And to get the deals, you got to use my link, preparewithNYPrepper.com, and I'll leave the link in the description below this video. And Ukraine has come up with a list of targets that they want to strike inside of Russia with NATO weapons, and will send a delegation to the US and Western Europe to ask permission to use long-range weapons on these targets. So Ukraine is getting very serious about using long-range weapons, Western long-range weapons, on these Russian targets. They already have a huge list of targets they want to hit, and Zelensky wants to use the F-16s to do it, okay? And so this is going to potentially push Putin over the edge, and he could lash out and use nuclear weapons. Everything that's going on right now in the Kursk Oblast falls right in line with Russian nuclear war doctrine, which says they can use nuclear weapons if they come under attack on their territories, or if they cannot win a war or push out an aggressor from their territory conventionally, then they can use nuclear weapons to do that, de-escalate, to de-escalate doctrine. So this is very, very concerning. And now Zelensky wants to use F-16s and long-range weapons. This is very serious. I feel like something is going to happen very soon, potentially tonight. And the Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh said Poland and Romania have sent their defense ministers to the U.S. for a meeting with Lloyd Austin. And I know that the Polish defense minister already met with Lloyd Austin yesterday, so this is very concerning considering all of the reconnaissance I've been showing you guys over Poland this week. Okay, on Sunday night and Monday morning, Russia launched that massive attack on Ukraine, one of the largest ever, and one of the drones in that attack flew for 30 minutes inside of Polish airspace, and it flew as far as 25 kilometers into Poland and then supposedly disappeared from radar, and the Polish military is still searching for this drone. There's sketchy details about this. The Polish prime minister said that NATO told Poland that they cannot shoot down objects that fly into their airspace from the Russian direction to prevent escalation with Russia, which is just totally insane. Okay, but all of the reconnaissance over Poland and the Baltics, we had Jake 17 and Jake 27 both fly around Poland and Kaliningrad and then up to the Kola Peninsula in Russia this week. Jake 27 is a combat scent plane. There's only 2 of those planes in the Air Force, and they give intelligence information directly to the president and the top generals. So if one of those 2 planes is somewhere, it means something is going on over there, and it's serious enough that they want to take a close look at it and give that information directly to the decision makers, okay? So one of those flew off the coast of Poland and up to the Kola Peninsula, where Russia has most of their nuclear-armed subs. So this is very, very concerning, guys. And we know that Romania also had several drones fly into their airspace. And Poland has still not found the Russian drone that flew into their airspace on Monday. The drone flew into southeastern Poland, just north of Lviv in Ukraine, and disappeared from radar near the town of Tyszowce. The Polish military is now suspending aerial searching and will only continue searching on foot, utilizing horses and volunteers from the Polish Hunting Association. And the Ukrainian F-16 fighter jet that was reported to have crashed on Monday during the Russian missile attack was allegedly shot down due to a friendly fire incident involving Patriot air defense systems. This was stated by Ukrainian politician Mariana Bezuglaya. She was citing her sources. So basically, Ukraine shot down their own fighter jet with their Patriots. And a Russian guided bomb attacked Kharkiv this morning. It hit a residential building and a playground, killing 5 people and injuring over 2 dozen. And EU countries have not reached a common position on lifting restrictions on Ukraine's attacks on targets deep inside the territory of Russia with Western weapons, the head of the European diplomacy, Joseph Borrell, said. He said it's up to individual countries to decide what they want to do. And Ukraine struck a massive oil depot in the Kamensky district in Russia this morning. Thick black smoke is pouring out from the Atlas oil refinery. The plume from the fire has already stretched for 15 kilometers. And the Polish defense minister hinted that Poland would not support Ukraine's integration into the EU unless Ukraine recognizes the Volyn massacre, when Ukrainian Nazi leader in World War II Stepan Bandera killed thousands of Polish people in western Ukraine. The Polish defense minister said the Volhynia issue is very painful for Poles. I believe that without ending this issue, without respecting and commemorating the victims, there is no Ukraine in the EU. And he said this in response to a statement made by the Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba, who said that the Volyn massacre was not a massacre, but it was similar to the Warsaw Uprising, when the Polish people tried to rebel against the Nazis, and they held down Warsaw for like several months until they finally ran out of weapons and the Nazis overtook Warsaw. But this was a huge source of controversy, what Kuleba said. A lot of Polish people are unhappy about it. And the Polish foreign minister chimed in, and he said that historical issues between Poland and Ukraine are a problem, but I hope that Ukraine will solve them in a spirit of gratitude for the help we provide. We can deal with the past or build a common future so that we are not threatened by a common enemy. And the Polish defense minister also said that Poland cannot give Ukraine additional MiG-29 fighter jets because they have to use them to protect the Polish sky. Poland has already done a lot for Ukraine and will continue to help it. We have given as much as we could, and I also expect the Ukrainian side to appreciate it. And the U.S. Army has ordered a record batch of Javelin missiles. Those are the anti-tank missiles that basically saved Ukraine from being overtaken by Russia in the early days of the war. They purchased $1.3 billion worth of the Javelins from Raytheon and Lockheed Martin. Apparently 4,000 of these missiles will be going to Ukraine. And I want to show you guys some reconnaissance activity we had over Poland and the Baltics last night. So here you can see a NATO AWACS plane looping over Denmark. More reconnaissance over Poland. You can see an RC-135 rivet joint that was looping around Kaliningrad. And then a Swedish reconnaissance plane flying in northern and eastern Poland along the border of Belarus and Russia. And then also a Polish Air Force helicopter flying along the border of Belarus in northeastern Poland. And then we also had Forte 14 and RQ-4 Global Hawk that made hundreds of loops here in Estonia along the border with Russia. And then there was also a Sub Hunter off the coast of Kaliningrad, which is a Russian province next to Poland and Lithuania. It was looping over here in the Baltic Sea. Now, over the last few days, these RQ-4s that have been flying into Poland and the Baltics and Finland have been squawking a 7600, which means that their radio is not working. And what I think that means is not that they're having a radio emergency, because if it was that serious, they wouldn't do the mission. I think they're going radio silent, and basically they're alerting pilots in the area and air traffic controllers that their radio is turned off. They're flying radio silent, okay? These are drones anyway, so they don't really use radios that much, but they're basically flying radio silent, so they're letting everybody know, okay? Because they're recon planes, and the last thing they want to do is get hacked or give away information about where they are, things like that. But that's the latest breaking news that I have. I will be back later on tonight with more breaking news. Check out my 24/7 live stream. I will be leaving for Poland next Saturday, and I'll be gone for 2 weeks. I'll be back on the 21st. I will be bringing some of my equipment with me, so I'll be able to set up the 24/7 streams while I'm in Poland. But these daily updates are going to be difficult to do. Now, I might just do like quick live check-ins from Poland. I may just, use my phone and just say hello to everybody and just chat a little bit and just check in with you guys. But no heavy news updates probably while I'm gone, unless something really crazy happens. And I assure you guys that I am prepared for this trip. I've gone to Poland many times and nothing's going to happen to me. Don't worry. I know the area very well. I've been going there since I was in kindergarten. So I have family there as well. It's not like I'm just going alone and I don't know anybody. But that's the latest breaking news. I'll see you guys on the next one. Check out the 24/7 stream. I got my radio set up. It's picking up a lot of stuff that my other online radios didn't pick up before. So until next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps. Prepare, practice, and persevere.